Hey, I just wanted to talk about some stuff, especially about how video games actually saved my life, I think. Because if it wasn't for them, I would probably have killed myself like years ago. I just want to talk about that because, the Joe Rogan drama that's going on. Uh, and he's obviously not saying that video games in total are bad. We all know that. But I think it's quite hard actually to justify playing games all day. Even in my case, for example. But I've been struggling with depression for the better part of my life now. And today I made the first step to actually get help. I contacted a psychiatric ambulant clinic or something. And yeah, I did that once before when I was younger, and that wasn't really a good experience. I got there, I talked with someone, and it didn't seem like he'd listened to me. He was more like, here's a bunch of, drugs and just take them and you'll feel good. But that wasn't really the case, and they didn't really help me. And after that, I got like, I, t- I tested like maybe 7 SRIs, and they were all completely bullshit. The side effects fucking made it so much worse than just living with depression on its own. So yeah. And video games helped me really with that because, especially in the last couple of years, like probably 3.5 years ago, I started to get like. I used to be a very outgoing person. I went out and I was out with my friends and we did a whole bunch of shit together. But for some reason, like 3.5 years ago, just the thought of connecting with people made me so fucking anxious that I had panic attacks days before it happened. Like, when I make a doctor's appointment and I know it's on Monday, I probably can't sleep on Saturday and Sunday, which is super fucking annoying. And yeah, it's really hard to handle, and not even sleeping drugs are working on me, so I'm sometimes just awake for like 70 hours and my body is almost about to break down. And it's just because I have to think about meeting people, and that has never happened to me before. I was a really outgoing person when I was younger, and that's really hard to deal with for some reason. Which is kinda annoying. So that's why it's so hard for me to make appointments like this. I've been struggling with this so much, and I've been like pushing it away from me for years now. I tried once again when I was younger, and then I tried getting an appointment like 3 years ago or 3.5 years ago when the social anxiety shit started appearing. But I'm calling every fucking psychiatrist in my city, and I lived in a big city back then, and not a single one had a free like appointment for me, unless I was paying like 150 euros an hour. So, and I was a student back then, and my income was like 600 euros. So yeah, that was pretty fucking shit. So then I didn't do that. So then I went to my normal doctor this Tuesday, and he told me about this place where I called you today, and I actually got someone on the line that's willing to help me, which is super fucking nice. So I'm actually fucking proud of me because I was able to make that call, because it's really fucking hard for me. And for some reason I don't have the social anxiety problem when I'm working. Like, I used to work in a gas station, for example. And meeting people there, like, as a cashier, basically, isn't really hard for me. Because in my mind, I'm not there as me, as Paul. I'm there as a functioning part of this shop, you know? I'm just there to make their coffee or sell them their products. I'm not there to be myself. No one cares who I am in this position, and that's, I think, what makes the difference for me. But even though I have no problem with the social stuff, my depression usually gets so fucking bad at some point when I'm working somewhere that I'm not able to get out of bed for like a couple of weeks, and I lose every fucking job I had in the last 4 years after a couple of months, just because I can't handle my own depression and lay in bed for days, sometimes weeks, only getting up to pee and eat. Like, it's getting worse, and I don't know what to do, except what I did today. But and it's really hard because I feel like I have no one I can talk about. Like, I have no one to talk about this. Even though I have people around me that I could talk about. I have my brother, I have my good friend, and I even have my girlfriend, and I talk to them sometimes about this. But it's just my girlfriend, for example. She's a very cheery person, and she just doesn't know how it feels to be so down that you can't get up. Like, it's really hard to explain how that feels. Like, what's on your mind. Like, and even the thought of being so depressed for no fucking reason, because there's no reason this is happening. This is just there. It's like the gloom, like, it's just pressure on your fucking chest for no fucking apparent reason. And that's really hard to explain, and I can see why it is hard for her to understand. Like, I'm not making her feel bad because she doesn't understand, but sometimes it's just hard, you know? I wish I had some more people with my experience to talk sometimes. But then again, it's so hard to talk to people. Like, it's even hard to talk to people in games. Like, now we're going full circle because, like I said, the games usually help me because I'm put in a position like when I'm working, because I don't have to be myself. I just can be my character and be in this world where no one knows me and be someone who I'm not. I could be, you know, the guy from the next door, like, who works in a car factory or something. Because no one cares. No one wants to really know who you are anyways. I could just be the warrior tank. No one fucking cares, and that's the most beautiful thing about it, I think. The escapism I get from playing MMOs in particular. That's why that's why I'm so desperate for a good MMO. And right now I'm playing Final Fantasy, and I really enjoy it. The community is great. People are really nice. But it's probably not gonna keep me forever. Like, I want to be in a game like back then with Aeon, which I can play for years on end with no breaks. Like, I really want something that keeps my attention, where things I can work towards for weeks on end. I don't like the new system of instant gratification in games, where you do something and here's your puppy boy and here's your free shit. That's just not satisfying for me. I like working for stuff and getting it done because it just feels so much more meaningful. Like, I don't like this whole freebie kind of deal. But I understand that MMOs are expensive to make, and the core audience is basically casual players. Not people like me who are staying at home like most of the time because they're depressed as fuck. So yeah, that was incoherent rambling. I have no idea how long this is. And it's probably just with no red line. I just talked out of my ass basically. So yeah. If you made it so far, thanks for listening. See ya.